What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Radiant Sports Podcast. And today we've got a lot to get through. We've got the Euro starting at the end of this week. We're in the middle, still at the start of the T20 Cricket World Cup. We've got loads of boxing going on this weekend, and we've just had a brilliant race in Montreal in the F1. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So we're going to start off Euros Friday. This Friday start. England's first game Sunday. So I think first we're going to stick with England. We're going to go through who I think my starting 11 would be for England to play in the first game. Well, maybe not the first game because there's one slight change, but I'll get into that. But yeah, for me, my starting 11 is Jordan Pickford in goal. That's an easy one. Kyle Walker right back. Stones centre back. And obviously with Maguire's injury, Mark Gahey the other centre back. And my left back. So if fully fit, it's going to be Luke Shaw, and apparently he's going to be fit for the second game potentially, second group game that is. So the strongest team is Luke Shaw, but for the first game it's going to be Trippier. I think that's what Southgate will probably do. Then midfield, which is one of the most up for grabs places, one of the holding midfield spots. So we've got Declan Rice, but who plays alongside him? I'm going with Trent. He's played there a lot for England in the last year. Realistically, it doesn't seem that because he missed the March international friendlies, I think, with injury, and apparently he was going to be played there even more. But see with Liverpool playing that inverted fullback role, dropping into midfield when in possession of the ball, just so he gets on the ball more. And I think that's what England need. Use him as a kind of quarterback role, getting the ball and let him spray it out wide, just put in those quick fire passes, and also allows Declan Rice to play in the number 8 position a bit higher up, which I think he's excelled at of Arsenal when they have someone like Jorginho sitting behind him and allows him that freedom to play a box-to-box role. Number 10, centre mid, we've got Jude Bellingham. He's won the Liga Player of the Year, for God's sake, and the Champions League. So, yeah, on the right, Saka, on the left, Foden, and up top, Harry Kane. And I think that's could be, hopefully, a winning side of the tournament. And hopefully we get to the final and hopefully we win it. And yeah, but it's obviously a long way to go. So we're going to start off with the groups, and I'm going to give some predictions for who I think is going to qualify for each group. So we start off with Group A. It's Germany, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland. So for me, Germany win the group. It's a home tournament, and then there's just best team there. Then it is between Switzerland and Scotland, I think. But for me, I think Switzerland, more big tournament experience, and I think they've just got some higher quality players in there. You've got like Xhaka, obviously he's won the league of Leverkusen and so on. But Switzerland, they usually qualify from the groups in these tournaments, and I think they will do it again. I think they've got the experience there to qualify alongside Germany. So Group B, we've got Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania, and I think this is the hardest group to predict, if I'm not going to lie. I think the group winner is Spain. But then it's the second place because you've got your Italy. I think Albania are last. That's a guarantee. But Italy or Croatia, it's all down to who wins their games, really. The games between them. And I think Croatia go through. I think Spain first, Croatia second. I just don't think Italy have the squad of past years. They've got a couple of like big name players in there, but nothing too big. And one of them's a goalkeeper, for God's sake. Like, how much are they going to create and how much are they going to take their chances in games against like Croatia and Spain where they're going to need them? And yeah, for me, they don't make it in the top 2 of the group. Obviously, I think there's best third place teams, but then still against 2 good teams. I'm not sure they'll get the points for that, but you never know. Group C, we've got England's group. Obviously, England, Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia. England win the group, and for me, some tough games. I think Denmark go through. Obviously, to have Højlund scoring a couple goals in these group games against Serbia and Slovenia. So yeah, that's that. Group D, Poland, Netherlands, Austria, France. Also quite a tough group. France win the group. I think Netherlands come second. But again, you don't want to play at either of those teams, really. Like, if you make an ideal group, you wouldn't put Poland and Austria in it for France and Netherlands to play. So yeah, there's that. Group E, Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine. I think Belgium win the group. I think at some point they have to perform. decently well. They may be the same. They win all the group games, and then it gets like the round 16 cup final, and they just lose. I don't know with Belgium anymore. They got so much potential, but never reach it, and haven't reached it for years now. But I think Belgium win the group, and I think tough one. Who comes second? I think Ukraine comes second. Yeah, players Zinchenko, Mudryk. They got a few good like top European players in there, so I say Ukraine second that group. In the final group, Group F, we have Turkey, Georgia, Portugal, and Czech Republic. Portugal win the group, I think, and Turkey, I think Turkey comes second in that group. Just again, it's a tight group. I think Portugal will batter every team in that group. That's the thing. It's just who can perform against the teams in second and third, and I think Turkey do that. So yeah, Euro start this week. Germany, Scotland is Friday. England playing Sunday. So yeah, very excited for that, and hopefully we have a good tournament. Hopefully the tournament's good. Loads of football on, which is the best thing possible, really. And yeah, looking forward to it massively. But also at the moment, we have the T20 World Cup going on. It's still the group stage, and England not doing so well. Well, one game rained off, and then we lost to Australia. And with the Scotland game being rained off and it a point apiece, might go down to net run rate. See, I think they beat Namibia the other day, which was the third hardest game in the group for them. And they've won by quite a margin, so their net run rate is looking good. And so England need to win all their games, but I think they're going to have to win them by a lot, and that's going to be the issue. That net run rate could do us out of the Super 8 stage, which is very unlucky. And yeah, it's not really been so many big upsets. Afghanistan beat New Zealand, but Afghanistan are a good team. And just the New York pitch, really. Average score of like 100. It's just funny. Not everyone's smashing it round, and you can't score on the runs, and it's just about whose bowlers can keep it nice and tight and take wickets on that pitch. And yeah, it's an entertaining tournament so far. Let's see how it progresses, and hopefully England get through the groups, hopefully. Now, also, actually, I'll go on to F1 first. I'll save the boxing for last. We'll go on to F1. This weekend, or just gone, it was the Montreal Grand Prix, and it might have been the best. It was definitely the best Grand Prix of the year, and it may have been the best Grand Prix for the last 2 years, potentially. And yeah, it was just exciting. The rain obviously caused drama. It was multiple pit stops starting on intermediates, apart from the Hasses, who then gained like 10 places on the wets, but then obviously they died out, and then they had to pit, and everyone else got the positions back. Then it was then a safety car, so everyone comes in to pits for new intermediates. Who gets out in time? Obviously Lando was very unfortunate. Max and George and everyone pitted. Lando stayed out for an extra lap, got caught up by having the safety car, so actually lost his position there and lost some time. Very unfortunate for him. But then again, with other safety cars, people again going on to slicks, see who's when to take the risk to go on the slicks, see if you keep it on the dry line or not. There's lots of retirements, obviously people not keeping it on the dry line in the slicks. But yeah, Verstappen only won by about 3 seconds, but the top four was only separated by 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Really close race, really entertaining race, and hopefully more close, entertaining races, because that's what everyone needs after the last couple of years, with Red Bull's dominance in the last couple of years by a mile. I say Red Bull, Max Verstappen's dominance. Checo Perez again, caught out in Q1, had to retire really after spinning out and destroying the car, and yeah. But yeah, there's no race this weekend, Spanish Grand Prix in 2 weeks, so looking forward to that one. Now, we're getting to boxing. It's a massive weekend of boxing. Loads of big world title fights going on. So, we start off in the UK. It's at Selhurst Park, this Crystal Palace's ground. The Crystal Palace fan and the challenger, Richard Riakporhe, has taken on the champion at the cruiserweight division, Chris Billam-Smith. Obviously, 2 British rivals, but they have actually fought before. It was in 2019, and Riakporhe actually won by split decision. It's Billam-Smith's only loss, but after that, even though Billam-Smith has had the world title opportunity and won it before Riakporhe's even fought for a world title. So, yeah, interesting trajectories with both their careers since that fight. Billam-Smith's gone on to world level. Richard Riakporhe had a bit of a stall, had like a year out or two. He's now back, and now he's ready for a fight for a world championship, I think. But it's a really close fight. Yeah, obviously Riakporhe won the last one, but that was 5 years ago, almost now. It's a long time, and Chris Billam-Smith got a lot better, and you can see that with, see, beat a colleague, but that was a horrible fight. But the Mastiac performance, he was getting beat and then getting beat hard, and then came back and I think broke Mastiac's ribs. But that's just the world champion dog he's got. He can be losing, but he's still in there. He's still a danger, and I think he can do that. And I think he's got that mentality. But Richard Riakporhe's a big puncher. He's a good boxer. It's a really close fight. I don't know. At the moment, I'm slightly swaying towards Chris Billam-Smith on points, just, I think. But incredibly close fight. 50-50 is going to be hopefully a good fight to watch. And co-main, we got Isaac Chamberlain, Jack Massey for the European title. Chamberlain was meant to fight... who was he meant to fight? I can't think of his name now. I can picture him, but I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. The Polish fighter, I can't think of his name. But anyway, he pulled out. Jack Massey stepped up, and it was a harder fight for Isaac Chamberlain. Obviously, arguably, people saying he's ducking Chev Clark for the British title, which he held. He was ducking Vidal Riley. Now, fought for European title, which I think is fair enough. But it's against Jack Massey, who's only ever lost to Richard Riakporhe, and up at heavyweight to Joseph Parker on his resurgence. So, yeah, and he did well against Joseph Parker. And that was only a couple of years ago under Andy Lee. So it's a very respectable loss you have to take on the record, obviously going up in weight as well. But Isaac Chamberlain, he lost to Billam-Smith. I think it's Stuart Coley as well, his other loss. But tough fight. However, I don't know, Jack Massey's good, and so is Chamberlain, but I think it's a horrible fight to have as a replacement. I think Jack Massey wins because I think it is a higher caliber opponent. So I think I got Jack Massey winning the European title, coming in as replacement opponent. And yeah, also on the card, Ben Whitaker up against Arayenka. Called him out at the last press conference, so they made the fight. He's undefeated, but does it mean it's a step up? No. Can we just get him in good fights, British titles, or an actual name opponent, because he needs to, because he's quality, man. Ben Whitaker fight is brilliant to watch, but now I'm starting to get slightly bored because I know what he's going to do. I mean, I love watching him do it, but I want to see jeopardy of him doing it. I don't think there's any jeopardy at the moment against these level opponents. So I want that level of jeopardy, or him to do it with a name, and he needs to move on quick. He's stalled a bit in his career, 7 fights, needs to get more active, needs to get some names on his resume, and needs to get some titles, I think. So yeah, Dan Aziz comeback fight as well. It's an 8-rounder against Sepp. Should be easy. Just get him some rounds in and on the comeback trail for Dan Aziz. He's a good fighter to watch. Also, in Puerto Rico, we have Sabril Matias against Liam Paro for the super lightweight championship. Matias, the champion, obviously, and many call him as the bogeyman is the division. You don't want to fight him. If you want a super lightweight world title, you don't want Matias. But Liam Paro stepped in there. He's going into Puerto Rico, Matias' home country, and yeah, his game is anything. Paro, I think it's going to be a closer fight than people think. Many see Matias as like I said, a really tough fighter, maybe the best fighter in the division, arguably. But it's Liam Paro's chance to shine. He obviously was a stoppage defeat. Was it against Montana Love in the last performance, and he's been at his top level waiting for a world title fight, and he's finally got it. But argue the toughest one as the away fighter as well. So it's gonna be tough for Paro. I'd like to see him do it, but I'm not too sure. I think Matias might just be too good for Paro at this stage, but I can see Paro coming back another time. Yeah, not that much on the undercard. So we go to the biggest card of the weekend, arguably. We have It's a Tank Davis fight card. Gervonta Davis defending his lightweight world title against Frank Martin. Gervonta Davis will win. It's a bit of an easy fight. We want to see Tank Shakur, Tank Loma. He wins all these fights against the lower people in the division. We want to see him prove himself, which he has again after it was only his last fight actually, with Ryan Garcia over a year ago, but he's a big name, put him in big name fights. This is selling off his own name and not the opponent, so I'd like to see him against the top guys so he can really prove he's one of the best around. Co-main, we have David Benavidez stepping up to light heavyweight against Gvozdyk, and tough fight. These Ukrainians are on a good run right now. Obviously, Gvozdyk's only loss is to Beterbiev, the champion. Real tough fight for your first one at light heavy. Obviously, Benavidez is a monster though. Obviously, he should be fighting Canelo at super middleweight, but I've seen videos of him sparring heavyweights. He's that big. It's like he'll be big for this weight too, but it's a chance to prove his skills. And Turkey Al-Sheikh has said if Benavidez comes through, he wants to put him in with the winner of Bivol or Beterbiev. So it's upwards for him. He's either got a Canelo fight if Canelo stops ducking him, or he's got a Bivol or Beterbiev fight. So some huge fights for him if he comes through this, but it's a really tough challenge. However, I think Benavidez does take it. We've also got the middleweight world title, Carlos Adames against Guasha. I think Adames wins, and we need some unification fights against Adames, Janibek. There you go. Just make it. Or you could see Hamza Shiraz, if he's not fighting Eubank Jr. on the Wembley card, get him a world title shot like this. And yeah, it's a decent card from the PBC. It's on Amazon Prime. And yeah, I think that's about it really. There's a few other fights in there, but not much else to talk about. But yeah, I think that's it for this week. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're all looking forward to the Euros and watching England, having a few beers, and hopefully watch us win. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.